going on, good people? Say this Bubba. Brazil, bring Bubba back. Bring Bubba back, Brazil. Bring me back. And what's going on? Welcome to another video. Walk and talk as usual. And hope everybody doing well. Hope everybody's good. You know, doing what they want to do in life. I wish y'all definitely all the best. Yeah, so end of the week is here. Nothing changed as far as like the traffic. Still noisy. Matter of fact, it's Mother's Day weekend, so you know, shout out to all my mothers out there for Mother's Day. Definitely big shout out to y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah, I already know. Hey, bring me back, Brazil. Bring me back. I can feel it. One step, one day closer. Going back to Brazil. Man, I can't wait, man. Cannot wait. Yeah, man. Can't do it here, man. Cannot do it. So time and time again, man. Like I say, this is not the move. So I'm just getting a day closer to that, man, to that wonderful day, man, where I can say, man, hello Brazil, wherever that may be. But yeah, man, I want to pretty much freestyling today, but I want to get into talking more about like the realities, man. Kind of like another hard reality, man, about living in Brazil. You know, if you're an expat or you just living there for extended time, you know, you will come across a lot of, you know, just situations, things, you know, just circumstances, whatever you want to call them, that will put a damper during your stay. You know, will kind of, I say like a lot of low points in your stay in Brazil. Because believe it or not, man, there's been a lot of low moments, man. Just a lot of times living there where, of course, obvious reasons, you can't speak the language. You have no way to really communicate with anybody, especially, you know, there's no way you can really truly be yourself because of the language barrier. So that's a real you know, a real situation, man. It's tough, man. If you know, if you're like a, you know, expat or just even a first time, well, of course, obviously a first time traveler, but especially if you been living there for a while, and you know, you just have a hard time communicating with the people, is, you know, obviously. But man, just learning that language, Portuguese, believe it or not, you know, it's one of the hardest languages to learn. You know, I mean, any language you trying to learn is gonna be difficult, but Portuguese, because of the fact that, one, not too many people really speak that language, you know, globally like that, unless you're from Portugal and a handful of other, you know, African countries, and, you know, that's about it. Of course, obviously Brazil, but not too many people speak Portuguese, man. I mean, even, you know, I'm here back in the States, you know, the only closest, you know, community, like Brazilian community around here, man, it's like you gotta go almost an hour away from here. So, but you know, I do know people, you know, that I know personally, you know, that speak Portuguese, that's not Brazilian. And, you know, and here it's like, it's very few of those people here, you know. So, you know, and while you in Brazil, if you know, you're gonna have a tough time really learning the language. So, and that's a hard pill to swallow, man, because like I say, the people there are beautiful, man. It's beautiful people, man. It's real diverse, man. Especially You know, for my males, the women, man, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. It's among the best looking women in the world, man, and you just can't have a real conversation with them, man. You know, you speak basic Portuguese, that's cool, but you can't really build with anybody there, you know what I'm saying, without learning that language. And a lot of expats and a lot of people that live there, you know, on a full-time or part-time basis, you know, that's one of the challenges that they have. I know that's one of the challenges I had when I was living in Brazil. You know, the fact that I'm not fully fluent, you know, in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. So yeah, that's a hard bitter pill, man, for a lot of dudes to take, man. You know, they think they come down there, they can just get by with a little 2-3 phrases, and you know, they come out, you know, either picking up Brazilian women or just with anything. You know, they come down there with 2-3 phrases, and you think, hey, okay, I don't need to learn anything else. Man, you're gonna struggle down there. You're really gonna struggle down there. Now, I mean, it's not gonna be great for you. It's not. So, you know, that's a hard, like I say, it's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, man. But, you know, living in Brazil, man, gotta learn that language, man. And I know it's hard, like, especially if you're not around Brazilians, or you're not around people that speak Portuguese. Even though you may be practicing every day, you may be reading books, you might be learning stuff online, but just if you're not around that environment 24/7, you know, you're not really gonna pick up on a lot of things, man, as far as like learning the language. So yeah, man, so that's one thing I definitely had to learn when I was down there, man, just Portuguese. Because learning it, it'll take you a long way. It'll take you a long way. Yeah, man. And another thing, it's kind of like a hard truth that a lot of expats or people that, you know, that's not from Brazil, while they living down there, they experience a lot of. And again, I can speak from experience, and that goes along, you know, with learning the language. That's going to lead to creating relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships in Brazil. Yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty tough, man, if you're not, you know, I mean, money talks. I don't care where you at in the world, man. Money talks. You know, you gotta be a certain status. But the only difference is the difference between here in America for like dating and creating relationships. The difference between here and Brazil is that at least in Brazil, you do get some kind of return, you know, on your investment. And when I say investment, you know, when you have a relationship, you know, the partner that you with, you will see reciprocation. You know, it's not one-sided like here it is here in the States. You know, it's not one-sided, anything like that. You know, it's not one person putting all the time, energy, effort, money into a relationship, and they're not getting nothing back in return. No, it's not like that in Brazil. You will definitely get a lot of things in return. Trust me. And I know from experience. You know, I know from experience. Now, I was in a relationship when I was in Brazil, so I definitely know. And for those that don't know, just check out my other older videos on this channel, and you can see, you know, all the videos I did when I was with my then at the time Brazilian girlfriend. So yeah, so that's another hard pill for a lot of people that go to Brazil, a lot of expats, especially like my men out there, my males, that, You know, it's a hard truth that dating, it will be difficult. It's gonna be difficult, you know, just like anywhere else. But like I say, still compared to America, it's not as difficult. You know, just as long as you present yourself well, you know, you take care of yourself, your parents, you know, you don't have to be the most muscular dude or whatever. You don't have to be, well, you can be, I mean, look at me. You know, I'm definitely not America's Next Top Model, but I was able to, man, be with a, man, I say one of the most beautiful women I ever seen in Brazil, man. My ex. I mean, yo, she was a stunner, man. She still is, you know. So I'm still surprised that I was able to get somebody like that, you know. But here in the States, man, I don't even know, but I'm just saying. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's another hard reality. So it's gonna take time, you know, to create any kind of relationship. You know, so you just gotta make sure you have the time that you can put in to create a relationship down there. Because, you know, they're not gonna be with you long term if you're not gonna be down there long term. You know, that's just how it is. You know, that's what happened with me. The fact that I tried the long distance thing, you know, it did not work. So unfortunately, you know, I'm no longer with my ex, you know, because of that. But, you know, that's one reality that you got to deal with. You know, if you're down there, you're going to Brazil, it don't matter what part of Brazil, especially like you're going like Rio cities, and you're going to be only down there for like 2 weeks, a couple of weeks, and you're trying to look for something significant, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not gonna work. And that's pretty much anywhere in the world you go to, but definitely in Brazil, man, because like they say, they do love hard, man. They love very hard. So, but yeah, man, those are a couple of hard truths, man, that a lot of like expats and people that go down to Brazil, you know, for long term, man, those are a couple of truths, man, a couple of realities, man, that not too many people talk about, man. Not too many people talk about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Those two things, I know, learning the language and creating relationships, man, building and sustaining relationships, man. Without those two, man, you really not gonna make it in Brazil, man. Other than the obvious, of course, you gotta have money or some kind of income coming in, regular income. Depending on your lifestyle, I don't know how much that would may be, but you still got to have some kind of income. But other than that, without knowing the language and without, you know, creating relationships, man, you're really gonna struggle down in Brazil, man. That's the truth, man. That's a hard reality, man. So, but tell me what y'all think, man. You know, other expats, you know, chime in. Tell me about y'all experiences, you know, about what are some truths, you know, that y'all had to deal with while y'all was living in Brazil, you know what I'm saying? What are some hard realities, man, that y'all had to face, man? You know, I'm quite sure y'all got some, man. But yeah, hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all also put in the comments, man. Hey, Brazil, bring Bubba back. Brazil, bring Bubba back. Bring me back, Brazil. I'm ready to go. All right, y'all. To the next video. I'm out. Peace.